All right, y'all. Good evening, and welcome back to the Big Four Sports Podcast. Happy Veterans Day at the time that I am recording this. I was supposed to do this Wednesday, but I was not feeling good on Wednesday. So now, happy Friday, and well, we're gonna get it done today. I'm back in the office as usual, which is my room, which is also the podcast office, looking better than ever as usual. And so I am feeling much better today than I was on Wednesday. And we're just gonna get right to it. I'm gonna give you guys the slate. Also, guys, I am gonna be going back to posting clips of my podcast on Instagram. So go check out my Instagram, Big Four Sports Podcast, no spaces and a capital B, the number 4 as well, by the way. So I'm just gonna get into it. And by the way, well, I was watching the Georgia Bulldogs on last Saturday. By the way, Georgia plays again Saturday night, 7 o'clock against 10-ranked Mississippi. Georgia's big thing and how they're able to win games, how they've won 26 straight games, is the fact that they make very good halftime adjustments. Halftime adjustments are their thing. Like, an example, let's look at week 3 against South Carolina. Okay, absolutely abysmal first half. I can actually pull that up for y'all. One sec. Yeah, we're gonna need this tab anyway. So yeah, pardon the interruption. Great show, by the way. Yeah, so let's just look at Georgia, okay, this year. So if it decides to load, but yes, at South Carolina, okay, the first half looking absolutely abysmal. Okay, we're down 14-3. We can't get anything done on offense. Like, truly, we can't get anything done on offense. But we make some halftime adjustments, come back and blow them out in the second half. Ended up winning it 24-14. And everybody at CBS during halftime was like, see, this is where South Carolina pulls off the upset. They were wrong. But yes, what I'm trying to say is Georgia's big thing, and now they've won 26 straight games, is the fact that they make halftime adjustments. And that is a true skill to have. Like, if your team can make halftime adjustments, your team can win a lot of football games. That's why the Pats were so good. Back in 2016, they made really good halftime adjustments. All right, let's get right into it. We're actually going to start it off with the Celtics. This week. I'm also gonna recap Wednesday's game, because why not? But so I'm just gonna start it off at the top. Pacers, Celtics. I actually talked about this game on my Instagram. It was crazy. Won by 51, 155 to 104. Like, I gotta say, this team showed up and everybody played good basketball. You have Jason Tatum. The thing about this win is the fact that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown didn't combine for 70. They only combined for 46. And usually, when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both combine for 70, 35 each, they usually just blow teams out. They blew the Pacers out, yet they only combined for 46. That means everybody else is showing up, and you always love to see that. So, like, going down the line, we got Jaylen Brown with 16, Porzingis with 13, White with 18, Drew Holiday with 15, Peyton Pritchard, good to see him getting 15, Sam Hauser had 17, and yeah. Looking at the next game, Celtics-Nets, I didn't watch this game, but all I see is that this game was much closer. And the fact that Jaylen Brown went for 23 and Tatum went for 32, simple math, really isn't simple. 55, I think. So they combined for 55, and they still put up 124. I think that's pretty good. What drives this Celtics team is the fact that when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't combine for 70, and yet they still win. Like, that is just truly additional wins. When Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown go for 70, go for 70 combined, they always win. Like that's just like totally undisputed. But when they don't go for 70 combined and they still win, that's also just additional wins, and that tells you that the Celtics team is just really good. So like Al Horford had Kristaps Porzingis is off to a great start in his Celtics career, by the way. Holiday with 18, Hauser with 5, and then Luke Cornett with 11. All right. So let's get to Celtics Timberwolves. This game we actually ended up losing 114 to 109 in overtime. Now I also didn't watch this game. I actually ended up going to bed because I was just really tired. But yeah, apparently we blew this game in the final seconds. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 32 and 26, so that's 59. Okay, so yes, we really blew it in the end, according to other people, including my football coach, who's a really big Celtics fan. Like Al Horford has been playing garbage right now. He can't hit his threes. Like he's definitely struggling from outside the arc. He doesn't have much of an inside game, so that doesn't really help either. And it's really all just coming down for Al Horford. I don't think this guy should be playing every day. Like I truly believe that. Al Horford's a great guy and a great team leader, but I don't think he should be playing 36 minutes like every game. They should probably shorten his or give him 36 minutes, but have him play every other game, or just shorten his minutes like 25 minutes a game, but let him play every game. Porzingis with 20, Drew Holiday with 12, Jaylen Brown with 26, Sam Hauser with 11, and then Luke Cornett with 5. Okay. Crap wrong thing. Okay, so Celtics at the 76ers. I watched this whole game. Okay, I actually fell asleep during the fourth quarter when it was like 13 point out. So when I look up, I see it's the final seconds. I see Kristaps Porzingis at the line, at the 3-point line, 103-106, which ended up being the final score, and he bricks the hell out of it. So yeah, Kristaps Porzingis completely sold us. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown really did not do crap this game. Jason Tatum went for 16, Jaylen Brown went for 11. Porzingis still went for 29, so I'm cool with that. Derek White went for 19, Drew Holiday went for 12, Sam Hauser went for 13, and Al Horford. Apparently they shortened his minutes this game. He only played 26 minutes against the 76ers, but still only dropped 3 points. So that's good. And then lastly, okay, never mind. Actually, all right. That was the game I wanted to recap. All right, Bruins time. I know in last night's game, Charlie Coyle actually got a hat trick, first hat trick of his career. Good on him. But all right, so Bruins play tomorrow against the Canadiens in Montreal. Should be a free win. All right, so Bruins Maple Leafs. This was Thursday, November 2nd. And look, okay. Bruins, this game ended up going to a shootout, and the Bruins ended up winning it. So good on them. And also Brandon Carlo and Charlie Coyle are getting involved. Jake DeBrusk is scoring goals. That's really good. Same with Pablo Zacha. That guy's scoring goals as well. You also love to see that. And then like the thing is, this year for the Bruins, I thought was truly going to be a bridge year. That's why I only predicted them to win 48 games. It's looking a lot more like this. Also, the Bruins actually got a trade offer. Linus Ullmark in exchange for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's forward on the Oilers, and also a second-round pick. I need a first-round pick if I'm going to accept that deal. If you're going to give me Linus Ullmark, I need Nugent-Hopkins, probably another defenseman, and a first-round pick. So yeah, that was a horrible trade offer. This game, though, Bruins-Red Wings, Saturday, November 4th, 5-4 loss, yet being up 3-2 going into the third period. So I watched this whole game, okay? I gotta tell you one thing. Goaltending was horrible this game. Especially in the third period when Linus Ullmark is just giving up these wicked soft goals, which, by the way, I legit think the goals that Linus Ullmark gave up in the third period, all those pucks were traveling a combined 10 miles an hour. Like, they were some soft ass goals. Like, incredibly soft. And the defense also wasn't playing good this game, so you got that. But by the way, number 51 on the Bruins, Matthew Portas, I think that's how you say his name. His goal was disgusting, by the way. He just completely deked out the goal. He deked out a defenseman and scored. It was just crazy. So yes, Pastrnak goal and an assist, Portas goal and an assist, and James Van Riemsdyk with a goal and an assist. So yes, very on the offensive side, the forwards did nothing wrong with this game. By the way, the forwards were doing everything in their power to just stop this, but the defense was selling, and I think this game was on the goaltending. So let's move on. Bruins Stars. What do we got here? Stars were my Stanley Cup pick this year. So far, they're actually off to a decent start, but they can't get past the Bruins as usual. But Johnny Beecher scored his first goal in the NHL. Same with Mason Laurie, and then Brad Marchand scored. Stanton Heinen and Hampus Lindholm are both getting. I think Lindholm got his first point of the year. Not goal. Well, goal. So a goal is 1 point, and assist is also 1 point. And so, like, an example of David Pastrnak already has 15 points this year. It's essentially goals and assists combined. And so Hampus Lindholm got his first point of the year. And then last game, Islanders Bruins. I didn't watch this game because I was watching football with my dad. But I saw that Charlie Coyle got 3 goals and an assist, which is good enough for a hat trick for the Hats, y'all. But yes, actually though, Coyle had a hell of a game. Pastrnak, goal and 2 assists. That'll get the job done. Trent Frederick, goal and an assist. Marchand and James Van Riemsdyk with both 2 assists. If you haven't been picking up on this, the fact that James Van Riemsdyk really just, his career is probably, I thought this guy was going to be out of the league. But now he's coming in here and actually putting up some really good numbers with the Bruins right now. And honestly, if we can keep getting good production out of James Van Riemsdyk, along with what Pastrnak is doing and with what Coyle's doing, this team might actually win the Atlantic Division. Right now, they're at the top. If we look at the division, currently, if I can load it up, they're ahead by 7 points. They have a division lead by 7 points. And the Senators, by the way, who I had coming in third, have 10 points this season. That's good. All right, so let's move on to the Pats game. All right. All right. So I gotta say one thing is the fact that the Patriots are so unhappy with Mac Jones right now. They actually want to get him out so that Bill Belichick and his other Gerard Mayo and all those guys can save their jobs. That's really what I think's happening, and I think they're going to get a top 5 draft pick this year, and they're probably going to get Quinn Ewers or Drake May. I don't think we get Caleb Williams, but I think we get Drake May or Quinn Ewers, and I would honestly settle for Quinn Ewers. I feel way better about Quinn Ewers, but that's just me. Commanders Patriots. Commanders ended up winning it 20-17. Sorry about that. Looking at the stats here, I mean, first off, we're just gonna look at the Pats stats right now. Maybe we'll look at the Commanders stats. Who knows? But Mac Jones, 24 of 44, 220, a touchdown and a pick. Ramondre Stevenson, 9 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. Zeke Elliott also has 6 for 17. And Demario Douglas, or Pop Douglas, which I like to call him, 5 for 55. Juju Smith, 6 for 51. Ramondre Stevenson, 4 for 42. Hunter Henry, 4 for 39 and a touchdown. Zeke Elliott, 3 for 15. And then that was really it. On defense, Kyle Duggar got a pick. Good for him. And that was really it. Nothing else really happened other than Juwan Bentley having 2 sacks. good on him. And then Dietrich Wise also had a sack. So yeah, not really much to take away from the Pats game, other than the fact that we were down 10-0 with like 5 minutes left. Great bounce back by the Pats. So ended up scoring 14 in the final 5 of that half. Able to take a 14-10 lead going into the locker room. Like, great way to bounce back. Like, that is something you can take away as a positive. But the defense was just kind of giving up a lot of runs to Sam Howell. An example, a 3rd and 23 should have him. There was like 6 guys in front of him. Sam Howell ends up getting the first down. Like, that's the kind of stuff that's killing the New England Patriots. Just the simple plays are not being made. And that's really all I have to say. The hard plays are like kind of being made, like 50% of them. The hard plays, like an example, Mac Jones' touchdown pass to Mike Gesicki to win the game against the Bills. That was a hard play, and that play was made. But the simple plays are just not being made. And in games against the Bills, where the simple plays are being made, you see what happens. We beat the Bills. And we put up 29 on their defense. But yes, that's really the problem with the New England Patriots this year. That's like 70% of their problems. There's a lot of other things, but that's really the one that stands out. So let's predict Week 10. By the way, my prediction. So on Wednesday on my Instagram, when I came out with the news that I'm gonna move this to Friday, which is today at the time of this recording, said that the Bears. I said that the Panthers were gonna win 27-16. I didn't get the pick right, but I did predict. I was spot on with the fact that I predicted the Bears were going to score 16 points. I was spot on with that, but that was really it. So let's just get right into it. So up first, we have Colts Patriots in Germany. I'm actually going to take the Pats here. The Pats, they need to get away from New England. Like that is the thing that's truly killing them. Their own fans are just kind of getting in their head, if you know what I mean by that. They just need to get away from New England, just kind of really take an off week. And the Colts are really just a team that contends and like fights back but never really wins, if you get what I mean by that. So up next we have the Browns at the Ravens. I think this is going to be game of the week, but it's also probably going to be like 13-10, which I have it being in the favor of the Ravens. I think the Ravens win at 13-10. All right, I'm next to the Steelers at the Packers at the Steelers. Sorry about that. I think the Steelers defense is going to be way too much for the Packers to handle, and I think this game is actually going to be 23-0. Steelers win. It's going to be a blowout. All right, I take that back. Actually, I think this game might be game of the week right here. I haven't seen the full slate yet, but yeah, it probably looking at it now. Yeah, this is definitely the game of the week. 49ers at the Jags. I'm actually going to pick the Jags. I know the problem with the 49ers this season and why they've lost 3 straight is the fact that Deebo Samuel hasn't been there. Like, that is the 49ers' true problem. The fact that Deebo Samuel hasn't been there to take Brock Purdy's dump-offs 60 yards to the house. That hasn't happened. They've had to rely on unproven guys to do that job, and that it hasn't worked. The defense also hasn't been good, but it's truly on the offense, and Deebo Samuel plays a huge role in that offense. All right, next game we have the Saints at the Vikings. I'm actually going to take the Vikings in this one. I don't even know what the score's going to be. This game, I'm actually going to pick the Vikings 31-24. How about that? All right, up next we have the Texans at the Bengals. Look, okay, I'm actually going to take the Bengals. The Bengals just beat the hell out of the Bills. Like, it was one of those games where, like, yeah, it was a 6-point game, but it was 24-10 with 2 minutes left. In the Bengals' favor, so it's all good. So yes, I know the Texans have been playing great football, and they may actually they may legitimately make the playoffs. I truly think they can make the playoffs. but the Bengals are just too good of a team not to drop this game. All right, up next we have the Titans at the Bucks. This game is the weirdest pick. It's not quite as weird of a pick as the Steelers at the Rams, but it's certainly up there because these two teams, like, both offenses are really solid and both defenses are really solid. This game could truly go either way. It could be a 30. It could be like a 30-0 blowout on both sides. Yet this game could also be like 25-24. Like, it's that type of game. I'm gonna pick the Bucks. Actually, I think with home field advantage, I think their defense should be able to shut down Will Levis, who's been named the starter. Which I'm honestly good for the Titans because that's just the correct move. All right, up next we have the Lions at the Chargers. Look, you can't convince me otherwise, but the Chargers, they beat the hell out of the Jets. Like, it was a total beatdown. The Jets look like garbage, and I think the Chargers have finally met their match with the Lions. Okay, the Lions, I think they had a bye week last week. I was correct. And yet they're going to be coming off the bye. They're going to be coming off well rested. They should have no problem with this game. They should absolutely roll in to SoFi Stadium and win it like 30-13. They should have no problem with it. Falcons at the Cardinals. I know people are going to want me to pick the Cardinals. I kind of want to pick the Cardinals, but I'm not. I'm just going to pick the Falcons. I think the Falcons, I know Kyler Murray's back, and that's kind of, bringing people towards the Cardinal side. But the thing is, he's gonna need time to figure it out. Look at Tristan Casas, okay, first baseman for the Red Sox. He got off to such an abysmal start in April. He just needed time to figure it out. In May on, he was arguably one of the best first basemen in the MLB. Like, he was just playing really good from May on because he just needed time to figure it out. Same thing with Gunnar Henderson. He got off to such an abysmal start in April. But then from May on, he played really good, ended up winning the Rookie of the Year. Kyler Murray, same thing. He's going to need time to figure it out. He's coming off an injury, which is why I think the Falcons will take this one. All right, up next we have the Giants at the Cowboys. Looking at this game, apparently the spread for this game is a 17 in favor of the Cowboys. Like, that's a college football kind of type of spread. The Cowboys are really 17-point favorites. I mean, I don't doubt it. But that's also like a college football spread. You rarely see that in the NFL. But I'm still going to take the Cowboys 30-14. All right, Commanders at the Seahawks. I'm actually going to take the Seahawks in this one because, well, the Commanders just they have more. They probably have more like. Actually, no, never mind. I'm just gonna take the Seahawks in this one, probably like 20-16. It's gonna be on the low scoring side, but Jets Raiders. This game honestly could go either way. I know the Raiders just beat the hell out of the Giants, and the Jets got their ass kicked. Which with Aiden O'Connell at home, like Antonio Pierce, who's the interim head coach for the Raiders, he's brought a completely new culture to this team. And the Raiders actually look like a decent team now. Aiden O'Connell actually looks solid. I know he didn't do much, but in the time that he was throwing deep balls, he looked solid. And so, which is why I'm actually going to pick the Raiders in an upset. Let's go 30-25. That sounds about right. Monday Night Football, the worst Monday Night Football game of the year. Broncos Bills. I want to get this over with. I got the Bills winning this one, like, sadly 24-13. And, yeah, that's going to do it. I'm not watching Monday Night Football. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next episode will be out this upcoming Wednesday. I promise you it will be out next Wednesday. You can go check out my Instagram at Big 4 Sports Podcast, capital B, number 4, no spaces. And that's going to do it. All right. Peace.